Hello, everybody, and welcome to this Xbox Live episode 281 Titanfall Beta. Or if you're in Europe, it's the Titanfall Beta. So, and however you prefer, I prefer beta. That just sounds better than a beta. I'm playing in a beta. How about you, old chap?
Hey, now Ibiza, that's a different story. That'd be cool. That's
so,
an island. It's an island, I believe, off of Spain or Portugal or something like that.
something like that. So, but here in the States, we're playing the beta, and over in Europe, they're playing the beta. So,
Not the
either
betta
way,
either,
everybody's playing
like the
Titanfall,
fish.
aren't they, Rob?
Yes, they are.
And I don't know, did I introduce myself? I'm your host, Mark, aka Wingman709, and there above me is the good looking one on the show, Rob, also known as.
Presar, hey, what's up, everybody?
So,
Good to be here. Good to be here. Another fun, exciting episode, right?
always, man, always.
You know it.
So, before we jump into it, this is obviously this is Titanfall week. Everybody's like ecstatic
Yeah.
over it, and so we are going to talk a lot about that. But we got a lot of other stuff too, because the world doesn't revolve around Titanfall. Oh, did I say
What?
that?
What? Yeah, it does now.
It
It
seems to.
doesn't.
If you've been watching our group, you'd think that that was like the only thing going on in the world. So I
Uh,
think
the
people
world,
are living and dying by Titanfall.
the world didn't revolve around Titanfall because Titanfall wasn't playable prior to this week. Now it does.
Something like that. So.
Yeah.
But all right, so be sure to continue supporting us as you guys have by shopping at Amazon.com. Go to thisxboxlife.com/Amazon using our link to help support the show when you make all your purchases on Amazon. Also, we've got an announcement. We do have a new winner for our $10 Xbox gift card, and this week's winner is Doughboy. I think I said that right.
Congratulations.
For correctly answering last week's game image box art was Mass Effect. Awesome game. Awesome game. So, so congratulations, Doughboy. I'm sorry, Doughboy. I sent you
Boy.
your gift code through Xbox Live, so check there for the code to get your $10 gift card. Again, we'll give another one away this week. So in our community section, we will share an image of an Xbox game. Just go to thisxboxlife.com, click on contest tab at the top, and hopefully, there won't be any issues this week, and everybody will be able to join. We apologize. We've had 2 weeks in a row, I guess, or three. We've had odd issues. But Rob, do you think this week we have a better chance of that being rectified?
The issues?
Yeah, are we gonna expect
Oh
issues
man.
again this week, or do you think we should be good to go?
I'd say the smart money is on volume issues.
I'm hoping we don't have volume issues again. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. We'll see.
Well, we got a couple guys watching the Twitch live feed. They're in the chat room. They can let us know if our volumes are off. But if we are, I'm blaming Rob this week just because I'm tired of getting blamed. And hey, what was our free game? What was supposed to be our free game today? There was
Was it Toy Soldiers or something like that?
Toy Soldiers. As I'm not seeing they don't seem to be advertising it anymore. I'm looking
What
at
do you mean?
well, usually they have like on the Xbox 360, there's like a games for gold type of thing, and I'm not seeing it
Oh,
advertised this time. So, oh, there it is. I got to go into the games and then drill down one more to browse games free with gold. There it is. So, and the reason I'm saying all this and rambling on is to remind you guys that you can get your free game. Toy Soldiers is available on the 360. It's your free game for for the next 2 weeks. Um, except it says save 50% for Toy Soldiers. Why is that, Rob?
what?
Oh,
I
Toy
gotta.
Soldiers Cold War is free.
Yeah.
That's it. So that's the free one. Be sure to grab it sometime in the next 2 weeks if you so wish. I grab them even if I'm not playing them.
Yep.
So, because you never know. But
Yeah, usually in those first couple of days when the game switches, I just go to xbox.com, hit what Xbox Live, click on Games with Gold, and boom, just queue it up. Get it whenever, download it whenever,
there you go.
but it's yours.
Exactly. So you can play it 20 years from now if you want.
Yeah, yeah, I was pretty excited too. They had not a Microsoft title, but uh, was it Good Old Games GOG.com? They had Dungeon Keeper for free. Do you remember that game?
No, I don't
It's on the
think I do.
PC. Oh, it was fantastic, wonderful game, so much fun back in the day. Basically, you're an evil overlord and you're creating a dungeon. You have your little minions that build out the walls and the little chambers. You set traps. And then once in a while, you have good guys that come on in. So it's kind of a reverse role of a dungeon crawl where basically you're the bad guy and you're looking to stop the dudes from getting your own, getting all your gold and all that. So, but it was free. There was a mobile version from EA that came out a couple weeks ago. Horrible game. Horrible game. They made it just full of purchases and all that good stuff, or not so good stuff. But the original was priced right at free 99.
Free 99. Can't be nothing wrong with that.
Oh
Hey,
yeah,
just to let everybody know, while this week I grabbed a video from our community. Brian posted a video of him playing Titanfall, the
oh yeah.
Titanfall beta, and this was a pretty sweet video. It's about
Beta.
5 minutes long. He did. Yeah, it was just some pretty good stuff in here. So I'm playing this while we talk about what we played this week, so that you're not just staring at the TXL logo this week. And so I think that might be a nice little spotlight thing too for us to do while we're talking.
That's a good
Um,
idea.
yeah, so if you guys have stuff, I think we're just gonna if you upload, if you use the SkyDrive or the OneDrive as it's gonna be called, share your stuff out there on the our Facebook group, and I will just randomly pull some. Preferably the if you're using the game DVR to get at least give us like 5 minutes. I don't the 30-second clips aren't gonna really help. We run into issues if we have a whole bunch of clips that we have lined up. It actually can crash our program. So. This one's like 5 minutes. So if you're going to do that and you can get like 5 minutes of captured footage of some cool stuff, we'll just throw it up for everybody to enjoy. So yeah, just post that to our group and we'll start pulling stuff in. With that said, Rob, what did you play this week?
Mainly two things. So the first one is I grabbed what was it called? Lego Marvel Superheroes, and I wanted to play something so where my 5-year-old son could actually watch it because he's kind of been getting into the video game thing.
Oh yeah.
Proper training, proper training. Anyway, the so I figured it was something that he could probably watch because his grandparents took him to see the Lego Movie
hmm
this weekend. So it was good preparation and so forth. And then surprisingly, it's a lot of fun. I'm actually enjoying it. Did you get check this one out?
No.
No. Yeah, it's basically set in the Lego universe. It's got all the Marvel superheroes, your Spider-Man, Captain America, Iron Man, all that stuff, and all the bad guys. And it's kind of a little puzzler as well because you'll be in an environment and you'll have a bunch of superheroes at your control. For example, you'll have one of the first ones is the Incredible Hulk, and you've also got Iron Man. And you have to get through the environment to the end, and you have to switch back and forth between your characters. You have to do some things as the Hulk, and then other things you need the assistance of the abilities of Iron Man. And it's actually really, really, really well done. I'm really enjoying the game. There's some parts where we actually got stuck for a little while. Or actually, I got stuck. He's just sitting there cheering me on. But I got stuck trying to, like, what do I do next? What do I do? And you're just basically looking through the environment and just seeing, like, what you can affect and what you can do. But it was a surprisingly good time. We've gotten through a couple of the missions so far, and we're gonna just do a little bit every day and or every other day as long as he's good. He does his chores and all that good stuff. I
Yeah.
don't. Don't you like how I spun that too?
Yup.
Where, you know, depending on how well he does at his stuff, I get to play. Genius.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so Marvel superheroes is Lego Marvel superheroes is pretty darn good. And I was actually even thinking about once we finish this, maybe pick up the Lego movie one if it's something along the lines pretty similar. And then, of course, Titanfall. I mean, come on, who hasn't been playing this thing? Everybody's been playing it now, especially now that it's an open
Oh,
beta,
dude,
right?
don't even start me on that.
And actually, I got a good little story about this thing. It was I posted something in a Facebook group when people were asking if you got, people got their codes, and I said, well, I sort of did, but I sort of didn't. It was a big tease. So this is actually kind of funny in some way, at least now that I look back. And I was kind of pissed off about it originally.
Whoa.
But what?
Beep.
Oh, I was upset. Oh, come on. You hear that on TV nowadays.
It doesn't matter.
Anyway, but so I'm a part of this one. How should I put it? It's a online community based on where you work. So the company that I work for has a partnership with Microsoft. So I got in there kind of like a salesperson of sorts, so like a retail salesperson, and they had a thing on Thursday. So this is the 13th, the day before the beta was available. And I had gotten a thing from them, go online and go through these courses, take this exam, and you'll get an immediate beta key. I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I actually went in there. I went through the materials, which wasn't too bad, especially once you, if you're listening to the news about Titanfall and so forth, like we've definitely been over the past couple of months. It was literally just you don't even need to go through the materials; just take the test. The questions were pretty simple if you have been following the stories lately. But so I went through and I passed the exam, and then I went to claim my key, and I was so excited. And then it said we need to do some verification on you. I was like, oh, what a tease! And then I went to do my employment verification. It takes 5 business days. I was like, no.
Oh man.
I did everything to get the code, and they wouldn't give it to me. So I submitted my stuff for verification, and I wound up getting it on, I think it was late Friday night. And so it all worked out in the end, I guess. And I, then Saturday, they finally gave me my key, that everybody signed up for.
Right.
But it was kind of funny. It was such a big tease. Everybody's looking forward to this thing. And they're like, you can get a code. Not only get a code, but you can get it early before everybody. And then
Lies.
you can't have it.
Yep.
But uh, it's a pretty impressive game. It's a pretty impressive game. The graphics on it are pretty sweet. The tutorial is kind of long. Just a lot of stuff, and I think it kind of throws a lot of stuff at you. And then once I got out into fighting, it was kind of like, wait, what is everything? I don't know if you ever did you run into that at all?
Not too bad, but I
No.
would forget that. Oh, I've got
Yeah.
this shield, or I've got this Titan weapon, or it just takes some time. We get
Yeah,
get
you
some
got to get
playtime
used
in.
to
I
it.
only played for maybe an
18
hour
hours.
total. No, I've got like 1 hour in it. That's it.
Yeah.
I just haven't had time. So,
Yeah.
and there's another part to it. I'll tell you in a few minutes. But
Okay.
so
But I'm pretty impressed with it. However, here's here's where I kind of throw this out.
The dream is over.
Just based on playing it, I don't know if I'll get it right away when it comes out.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's okay, but I don't know.
Eh,
There's just something about it that is just like I'd almost rather play other stuff initially. I'm sure that once it comes out, probably I'll just grab it right away. I'm just I'm just doing the talk right now. It's
yeah.
like nah, nah, I won't get it, and then on March 11th I'll have it downloaded.
All right.
But how about you, my friend?
I played some Battlefield 4.
Of
Um,
course.
of course, got to get some of that in. Ooh, in fact, I forgot to launch it today. I don't think I launched it yesterday. I've been launching
Oh,
it
to
every
get your
day to get
stuff.
my gold battle packs, but I just been so crazy busy, dude, the last couple days.
Yeah.
Didn't get much in, but and I also played like maybe an hour of Titanfall. Um, I never did get my code. I never did get my invite. So
Well, I don't think you're gonna get one now.
to heck with you, EA. But I did get a code courtesy of um, wow. Who gave me the code? I had so many people give me codes this week to give away on the show with to the
Yeah,
community.
that was awesome.
Convoy gave Jesus Walks a Lot sent me some, and but I thought there was someone else that actually gave me the first one. So I apologize if I didn't if it wasn't one of those two, but there were several other people that gave them to me. But I think they by then everybody was getting in, and I was just telling people
It's like
post to the
Convoy
group.
did it.
Yeah, he did a couple. So,
Yeah.
but
I gotta say though, that was awesome. What was going on in the Facebook group?
oh, it
People
was
sharing the codes, and
absolutely.
I mean, we've got like the best community ever.
We do. People just share,
Yeah,
and it's all about, hey, who needs one? I want to get in. And
yeah.
then people were like, hey, let's try to hook up and play together, and adding people to their friends list. And really, the cool thing about what I really like about this community is just simply
Everything.
the group. I mean, the people that listen to the show, there aren't any idiots out there. They're all really cool people. Um,
Yeah.
except for those Canadians, maybe. Just kidding. Ken, we still love you, Carbide. Um, but no, it's just such a good group of people. I've met several people from that listen. I've met them in person, and they're just very nice, a lot of fun, just down to earth people, and everybody is so adult. It's just there's not. I'm probably the child of the group when getting all
Yeah. Oh
mad when
yeah.
I
I could
lose, and
imagine.
you know, um, I'm the
Yeah.
12-year-old of
That's
the group, so. But yeah, thanks guys. It's awesome to see you guys do that. So, but so let's just go ahead. We're going to jump into our first topic. So and I know Rob, you already talked about
yeah.
your thoughts, so I guess you don't get to
I
say
can add
anything.
more. I can add more.
No, I'm not going to let you add anymore. Yeah, no, that's fine.
You don't have to let me. I'll do anything.
So I'm going to run a bunch of videos, a bunch of different Titanfall videos as we talk. But here's my thought. I played it. I am probably on the side opposite of everybody else. I I played it for about an hour and I'm just like, it's okay. I mean, it's not. Everybody was like, our Facebook group just exploded. Like, oh my gosh, every time my email goes off, I'm hoping it's a code, and where's my code? And everybody was just like, and then they got it, and they're just like, oh, this is the greatest game ever. And I'm just like, I don't feel that. I didn't feel that. I played 1 hour, and I'm just like, whatever. I can wait till the 11th to play it again. I don't feel compelled to like, I have to play it right now. Um, I think I had last night. I could have played. And I was just like, I'm gonna watch some TV. It's so it actually for me was kind of a letdown. But then again, it's not that I hated it. It was fun, but it to me it's what I've said all along. It's Call of Duty with mechs. So there wasn't much more beyond that. Yes, there's the verticality of the game, and I did have fun. I was at the bottom of the pile as usual. I was the
Ah,
very last person on. I think I played two, three matches. I was always the last guy. So it's going to take some time to get used to it and get into the feel of all the pieces and trying to remember to slide, or I can't remember, slide your Titan, um, and have him dodge or whatever, dash. I think that's what it was. Yeah,
where
dash.
he goes to the side.
Yeah, so get him to dash and hide behind cover, and you got you're in this big hulking machine. You don't think of that it can be nimble and that it can sidestep, and but I mean the game, it is fun. I mean, I don't want anybody to jump on the group saying Wingman's a moron, an idiot. It just wasn't like the next big thing for me. I was like, okay, it's Call of Duty with giant robots, and you can get in them, and that's cool. And the game looked great. The visuals looked great. It ran very good. I mean, it was, I had no slowdowns, no issues when I was running and playing it. So for a beta, it was, I think it performed great. What I am encouraged by is the fact that they did have issues to start with, and the servers went down initially, but they worked on it and brought it all up, and it seems like it's been running good since for people. People are loving it,
Yeah.
which is great. So this game is definitely gonna, no doubt, will be a success. I mean, I think we knew that before,
Oh
but
yeah.
my initial thoughts are just kind of like, yeah, I'll still buy it and I'll still play it, but I'm not like, I don't know, it's not that big of a deal for me. you know, I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, it's just a game. But then
Yeah.
someone else called me out on the group because I was kind of teasing about everybody, like, gee whiz, people, it's just a beta. And then someone said, oh, this is coming from the guy that wants Crackdown 3. And I was like,
Yeah, I saw that.
yeah, you got me. Now that one I'd probably go gaga over for some reason. Um, but anyways, it was just, I think my takeaway was that it didn't make me go, oh my gosh, I only got to play an hour. I got to get back. I got to get back. I want more. I want more. I didn't walk away from it feeling that way. I'm like, I'll get to it when I get to it. I was like, it's no big deal that I didn't get to play today or that I didn't play last night. I've got family coming in from out of town. I probably won't play all Xbox at all in the next week and a half. And I'm fine with that. By the time I get a chance to get back on, the beta will probably be over and I'll have gotten a total of 1 hour in it. So, but I'm like okay with that. Um,
Doesn't it end tomorrow or Tuesday or something?
I don't even know. Well, then I guess I probably won't play any more than the hour I did. So, because tonight I got to watch Walking Dead.
Oh
But
yeah,
so not so that's just kind of my impression. I was just kind of like, and that's not a bad thing. It's it was what I expected. I definitely will be buying the game. I've already got my money already ready to go, um, and so that's not a question there of anything like that. So it simply didn't wow me, and I think it's because I played so much Call of Duty that this felt like Call of Duty because that's essentially what it is. Good things. The game looks fantastic. It ran great. It's got some, the weapons look amazing. They're really neat. I like the idea of getting in a Titan and being able to do different things. I love being able to jump around. You feel like you can just go anywhere. Sometimes it gets a little confusing being in the first person, trying to jump around and maybe get where you want to go. You might hit a ledge. A couple times I tried to jump and I couldn't jump where I thought I could go to.
oh
So
yeah.
I'm not sure if it was I was hitting something maybe above me, or maybe I'm not allowed to go right there. So I think just trying to get the feel of the game. But again, I didn't play enough to really get the feel for how jumping around works. But I thought it was really neat that you could really double jump in the air, and you got
Yep.
your booster pack and you can leap all over. And
The wall running.
yeah, the wall running is interesting. I don't think I did any wall running in the game. I did it in the tutorial, but I don't know if I actually did it in the game. I think I just was jumping and mantling, did a lot of mantling in the jetpack thing. But so but it's all good stuff. Fun
Yeah.
game. Just you know, I'm not. I guess I'm not as impressed as I think most people are. But it still was a good game, and the levels look amazing. There was so much
Oh, they do.
detail. And what I'm curious to see is what the 360 version looks like, because I gotta say, there's got to be a visual difference. This looks so good, and I'm hoping the 360 version that the changes they're gonna have to make will be so minimal, that it'll still look and run great on 360. Because there's so many people on 360 that this game will be, they're bound to sell more on 360 than on Xbox One. Obviously, you've got 80 million 360s compared to 3 million Xbox Ones. So I'm
Yeah,
hoping the 360 version plays and looks really good as well. It should. I mean, Call of Duty Ghosts on 360 looked good. If it looks as good as that, we should be there, right?
yeah,
So I only
yeah. The
played the Team Fortress, or not Team Fortress. Um, what's it called? It's like a team deathmatch, attrition. That was the only mode I played. I didn't do Last Titan Standing. I wanted to play that. And there was another one I think that is in the beta that you can play. But all I did was a couple rounds of attrition so far. So, but how about you, Rob? Any other additional thoughts?
yeah, the one thing I wanted to mention is that we just got to be mindful that this is a beta version,
Oh yeah.
and while it's got probably a lot of similarities with the final release, we don't know yet what the final release is going to be like. So I think if we're going to pass judgment on the game, we have to do it kind of loosely because, again, it is a beta and it shouldn't be representative fully of what the final version is going to be like. So I'm kind of looking forward to just having a lot more cool stuff next month.
Oh, there'll be a lot more weapons, a lot
Yeah,
more stuff.
yeah,
They're only releasing some items, yeah. But it's not that. I mean, like for my initial impression, it's fun. I know I'll put a lot of time into it. It just, like I kind of think of this was so hyped and so much to it that I guess when I sat down to play, because the first time I tried it, I was like, man, I really don't have time, and I want to try it out. And I'm like, okay, I got like 1 hour, and then I really have got to quit. And I was worried that I'm not going to want to get up after 1 hour. Well, and an hour later, I was like, okay, well, I got to go do some stuff. Never came back to it. Never really thought about it, and I was kind of hoping that it would be more of like, oh, I don't want to put this down. I don't, kind of like I felt with some other games that I've played where it just right from the hook gets you. But I think this is so much like Call of Duty that I personally, that's why I didn't feel that way. I kind of feel like, yeah, I've played this before in a
yeah,
way, not
yeah,
completely, just in a small way, because it's
yeah,
obviously very different from Call of Duty, but then again, it's very similar to Call of Duty. So I think that's why I didn't feel the need. And of course, I wasn't all like hyped up. I'm like, I put in for a beta key, but I was kind of like, well, I'm buying it on the 11th, and part of me kind of didn't want to do the beta because I'm like, I kind of want to leave all that anticipation for the day that I buy it. I've done that before. I got into a beta I was really excited about, and then I was excited for the game, but then I wasn't. It's like I feel like it was diminished the day the game came out because
right.
it's like, oh, I've already been through the training, or because you're seeing something, it's like, oh, I've already played this, so you kind of lose that initial thing. So I
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
not all
didn't want to
new.
do it, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
So, but yeah, this thing's gonna be huge, and I'll be singing its praises for sure when it when it's released.
you're getting all choked up about it. You okay?
So I can't talk, Rob. Go ahead and take over.
Yes, finally. No, but yeah, it's uh, actually one thing that I did want to mention also, in addition to everything we've talked about so far, is that it was interesting the approach that the developer took, at least for this schedule that they followed, where they did the whole key business, which was kind of a gatekeeper of sorts. They're basically controlling the amount of get onto their servers, and then they opened it up to more and more and more, and that's actually a smart thing for them to do because they can basically increase the load on their servers over time to make sure that everything works fine. Because hey, EA, they've got that proven track record, and not a good track record of
Yeah.
having their day ones be just brutal. I really think that Respawn is handling this very well and trying to kind of proof their servers that they can handle the load and that they'll be ready on March 11th for everything. So uh, everybody's basically talking about how, initially they had the keys and now they opened it up to everybody. What was the point? Well, they were controlling the amount of people that were getting in. And good for them for doing it this way because that's actually a really good method for them to just test. And now everybody can get in. Because when was that? That was that on Friday that the servers went down for a little bit.
Yeah, I think it was the first day.
Yeah, that was the 14th then.
And then I think they had them back up by Saturday morning. And then, wasn't it by Saturday night? They're like, okay, everybody's on. So it was kind of frustrating for me because I was like, everybody, and I know it had to be frustrating for everybody else. All these people like dying to get their code,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then they're like, okay, everybody in the pool. It's like what,
hmm
So,
yeah,
I mean, I think if they would have, kind of said we're going to release a few people in, and then by Saturday everybody will be on, people would have probably been like, okay, I can go about my life and not focus so much on getting a code. But I don't know. It, it was a good way. What you said, and I thought about that. That was a good thing. Let's get a few people on. I'm sure a few was probably several, tens of thousands of people.
oh yeah,
And once they, and they had some initial issues. So then let's get through that. Let's make sure we're good. And okay, bam, they released more. Saturday morning they were releasing more, and then I think by Saturday night they said, okay, everybody in the pool.
yeah.
So and now they're getting a really good test. I'm sure everybody's on tonight. You
I'm
got
really curious.
everybody with an
Yeah.
Xbox One's probably playing it.
Oh yeah.
So they're getting a really good test of the network and making sure everything works good. So yeah, and I would bet you that Microsoft and Respawn are pushing EA hard that we can't have none of your we don't have enough servers or we didn't anticipate the amount of people that would want to play this game. None of that crap.
Yeah.
Because this is an Xbox game,
Yeah.
platform specific. It's got to work. I mean, it's on PC as well, but this is only on Xbox and Windows. So, we don't
Yeah.
want EA saying, well,
Just
we should have servers up in 2 weeks.
oh yeah. Just
So,
imagine just imagine if they didn't do this testing and then they had issues on the first day. People would be like, Xbox One, it can't do 1080p and it can't do these games.
it can't do 6v6. So, and I'll tell you
Yeah.
what's another thing I guess address that. I didn't have any problem with 6v6. I was getting my butt kicked. I don't know if it was a bot killing me or a human killing me. And there was plenty of people to shoot at. Um, I thought the game played great.
Yeah.
There was plenty going on. I didn't need any more than what they had in the game. So, I mean, there was what I forgot what the number is, but they fill in. So it's like I think it's like 20 on 20 because isn't it with the bots? Don't they 32 more bots on top of the 12 people or 28 more bots or something like
Yeah,
that
something
to
like that.
I think it makes it out so there's like 40 essentially 40 people in the match and I think it worked just fine. So,
Oh yeah. If there
but
was more people in there, it would just be chaos. It wouldn't be fun, I don't think.
right. So, all
So,
right.
all right.
Well, I gotta recycle these movies here that we've been watching, but we got a lot more Titanfall news. So, why don't you talk about the bad habits there, Rob? Tell us what we're doing
That's right.
wrong.
That's right. Xbox Wire posted an interesting article on Friday, basically talking about six old first-person shooter habits you need to break in order to succeed at Titanfall. And I went through this list the other day, and it was actually interesting. It was basically kind of like what they're doing to change up the game to make it, a little fresh
Yep.
of sorts. So the first thing that they've got is don't be a one man wolf pack. Now, this is probably going to be a really tough thing for a lot of people. So, what this basically says is you're not going to be like an Arnold or a Stallone or Rambo or whatever. You got to work with everybody. Basically, who was this? The director of the game Titanfall, which is Steve Fukuda, said that charging in too aggressively into a fight, um, assuming that just because you're really good that you'll be able to take out more than one guy as a Titan, is one of those things that isn't necessarily true. So charging in widely with no regard for your own life just because you're in a Titan, just because you're armored up, not necessarily the smartest way to play and will probably get you killed. So this game definitely stresses being able to play smart and just going in there, running and gunning. It's not going to work for you. Then they talk.
Um, Before you
Go ahead.
move on to the next one,
Yeah.
I was watching a video. There was a guy, I guess IGN got a hardcore Call of Duty player,
Okay.
got to go along with them to play this when the media hit it, like earlier last week, and they were all
Yeah.
playing it.
Yep.
And he did a video, and he was talking about the differences and the changes that Call of Duty people were going to have to make, because he was talking about how he was just, he thought the bots were too easy and he was just slaying people, and he was just like, he was a top guy on his team and he was just going doing what he always does, and their team lost.
Right.
And he was like, I guess it does gonna I'm gonna have to do change how I play a bit if I want my team to win, because we're gonna have to change it up. So yeah, you can't just be that one man wolf pack, you know, all the time.
Oh
You're
yeah.
probably gonna have to work together as a team. And if you see someone battling a Titan, if you see your Titan taking on an enemy Titan, throw up your anti-Titan weapon and throw some shots on it too to help out.
Yep.
Don't just go, okay, he's covered, let me go find someone else. Pitch in.
Yeah. Do your part. Okay. And then get up is the next one. Running around on the ground will get you killed. Get up in the air. And I assume that they mean up high, right?
Yeah, use a
Top
jetpack.
tops of jetpack going on top of the buildings and all. Yeah.
Yes.
Then don't be a human turret. This is one thing for me. That is, I guess, this is one of my habits a little bit here. It says one of the things that gets me killed in Titanfall that I've done in past shooters that I had to break is don't fire more than 3 times from the same spot. Always change your positions. Always shift your fire. This came from the lead artist. Now it's uh, this is something that I kind of do a little bit where I kind of sit there and then just keep shooting. I see somebody down, I just keep shooting, keep gunning at them until either I'm all the way down in health or they're dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So here you really got to take a couple of shots and then maybe get behind cover or try to go around from another angle or something. And then next thing, don't bring a gun to a really big gunfight.
Hmm.
The obvious answer, I think, is uh, if you don't switch weapons. So if you try and use an infantry weapon against a Titan, that's the end of you. They'll step on you. This came from the associate producer. Yeah, so I guess that's the equivalent of being run over with the vehicles in the past. So stairs, you've got a jetpack. The one thing in Titanfall that you never want to do is take the stairs. With the verticality of the game, you want to get up high. If you're going down hallways, you're just going to get shot. Someone's going to come up behind you, come from the side, wherever. They're going to get you. Avoid stairways. And I was just thinking about the video that we had playing a little bit ago. The dude just got nailed in the stairwell in that one. And then no camping. Standing still, skulking around the corners, anything generally immobile is really a bad idea. And this came from the composer. So get up in the air, stay mobile, plan ahead, Shake those old habits by March 11th. And I guess people can kind of work to shake those habits up until Tuesday.
Yep.
By the way, the beta ends at Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific time.
Yeah, I better put some time in tonight because I won't be able to play it all. So I'll
Yeah.
probably play some. I'll watch The Walking Dead some other time. Maybe
Well,
later,
no,
late
you'll watch.
tonight, or,
I was
or
about to say you'll watch it after you're done playing.
I gotta play some Titanfall, I suppose. So,
Yeah,
all right.
that's right.
Well, the next story we've already talked about that the beta, the Titanfall beta, is open for everyone on Xbox One. I have not heard if it's open for everyone on PC yet. It was only Xbox One that they opened it up, but if you are hearing us and you have an Xbox One, you don't yet have it. You've got till what, Tuesday, Rob? Right?
Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central.
Okay, to play the game. So um, now's your shot. No key necessary. It should be on your dashboard. So,
Hmm.
all right.
Then more Titanfall news. Titanfall creators basically went after Microsoft, asking for an update to be done to the controller. This is some interesting news that got posted a couple days ago. Basically, and Microsoft has confirmed this. Respawn uh, was working with Microsoft to improve the controller's performance, and they want this to happen prior to the launch of Titanfall next month. This basically says the analog sticks are more precise, and we worked very closely with Microsoft to make that happen. Uh, this update will be coming out sometime in February, unless it's the one that just came out. I wonder. You know that update that came out a couple days ago? Did they have controller stuff in that one? Do you remember?
I don't
I
know.
don't know. Yeah, or
I
maybe there'll be something else
I
in
don't
it
think
later
so. I
this
think
month.
it's the one that comes out right before the launch.
Yeah.
Because there's
Anyway,
another one. What, March 4th is supposed to be the next update.
yeah, yeah. The Microsoft update for this was the February update will increase the sensitivity of the outer boundaries of the thumbsticks on the Xbox One controller. The update will happen automatically when your controller syncs with your console. So, wow, I mean, does this mean that there's actually some kind of code that runs on the controller?
Must be.
It's got some intelligence. It's not just dumb peripheral. Wow.
I guess not.
Very, very interesting. And this is pretty cool that Respawn's basically working with Microsoft to get this done because it's basically them working to make the experience better. There was something with how the controller functioned that made, I guess, the Titanfall experience not all that it could be. But yeah, this is going to be coming out sometime soon, and we'll be able to benefit for it next month, from it next month.
Yeah, and I noticed that. Let me see if I can find that story. Our friends over at IGN/Sony ran a story of something to the effect that um, the Xbox One controller is all is sluggish or something. I mean, that was like their title, like Xbox One controller is sluggish. It's like, really? It just, I guarantee they wouldn't have said something like that if it was the PlayStation. It would have been like
Mm,
PlayStation gets upgrade. They would have never put it in a negative light in the title. I was just
yeah,
like, I just rolled my eyes when I saw that. I was like, really? Are you kidding me? I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to find that now, but I saw it was several days ago. Now it's gonna be buried. But anyways, doesn't matter.
yeah,
So, but all right.
yeah.
So on to the next
Indeed.
one.
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna change the video here, folks. I'm gonna put on the actual burn card video. So, because that's what I want to talk about. So we know Titanfall's less than a month away. There's still a lot we don't know about the game. One of the things is burn cards. This is um, a new feature that we have yet to seen, and I don't know if it's in the beta. I haven't played long enough to see if they're in the beta. Um, but what exactly is a burn card, you ask? Well, their burn cards are consumables that can be used during a match anytime before you spawn. So to give you an advantage on the battlefield, if you want to get your Titan faster, you use the decisive action or pull rank cards, which knock 40 or 80 seconds off of your Titan's build time respectively. Regular old R101C carbine just not packing enough punch for you, then simply burn the amped R-100C card to spawn with a more lethal version in a primary weapon slot. There are dozens of cards to choose from in the beta. I guess they are in the beta. So it pays to experiment and find out what works best for your needs. I probably just haven't got a high enough rank yet because I haven't seen them. I'm only like a level 3. Getting the burn card isn't particularly challenging as it requires some patience. You'll unlock the ability to earn and use them when you hit level 7 in the beta. You'll be limited to a single burn card slot until you level up some more when you'll earn your second and third slots. It's all pretty straightforward outside of one pretty big wrinkle. You see, once you enable a burn card, you'll only feel its effects for a single life. For those players that only die once or twice in a match, that's a good thing. That's not me. You'll be reaping rewards or using more powerful weapons for a while, allowing you to really leverage them to your advantage. However, if you're more reckless or just not very good, like your favorite host, you'll need to be cautious about wasting them on more than one occasion. The well, reading this article here, they fired up a burn card they thought would tip the scales in their favor, only to die moments later without even getting the chance to enjoy the benefits. So that's what I'm worried about. It's like, yeah, let me use this double XP burn card or something, and then it's like you pop in and you get killed. Boom. It's like, well, there it went. No chance to use it. So, but it's interesting. I guess we'll have to see how this plays out, and I don't know. It almost kind of stinks to me in a way because I feel like those that are really good are going to even be even better now.
Okay.
So, what do you think, Rob?
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe I don't know. It just seems like if they're really good, like some of these people in Call of Duty, man, they just
Yeah.
like you'd almost swear they're cheating. They're so good. Do they really need more powerful weapons? I think
Yeah.
I want the like anti burn card or the for the noob card. Give me a noob card where when you suck so bad, they're gonna be like, here, dude, you get extra life or extra armor or something or I don't know. But that's what they are, and they're in the game, so coming to you soon.
Okay.
So, and I think that ends our Titanfall coverage for the week. But there's a
No way.
ton of stories still left to talk about, so let's get to it.
Let's get rolling. We don't want to hit that time limit, right?
That's right. We've already been
Rolling,
on for
rolling.
like an hour, so let's go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So the day has finally come where Microsoft has announced the headsets. This is something that people have been waiting on for seemingly forever, or since November 22nd. They both seem the same. Anyway, they Microsoft announced two different products. There's a full-on headset and then an adapter. And I gotta say, the headset actually looks decent. It looks a lot better than what I was kind of anticipating. I was kind of anticipating more of that same as what was packed in,
Right.
like a dinky little headset. But it looks like it's a full-on headset over the ear. Looks nice and cushy, well made, shiny black. Very nice, very
But
nice.
it's stereo.
Oh, as opposed to like 7.1 or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which I don't know. I've never been lucky to have the $300 headsets. So I don't know if that really makes a difference when you just have it in a headset. Can you really tell the different directional stuff? But
yeah.
so I don't know if it's going to make a difference or not. But to me, it seemed almost like a step backwards.
Well, I don't for some of those things because I've got that XP 500. Turtle Beach, which is 5.1, I think. Anyway, it's junk. I hate that thing so much. It's got so much static in it, and I would say this thing's even better than that. Although I did pick up the Melee from Polk. Those are fantastic. I'm actually thinking about getting a second set so I can have one on the Xbox and one on the Xbox. One on the 360, one on the Xbox One, so I don't have to switch
Or
it
to
back and
send one
forth.
to your buddy in Arizona.
There you go.
That's what
Nah.
I'd do, you know.
But anyway, the headset looks pretty sweet. It's a full range, 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz audio. And it's got a unidirectional microphone. Blah 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 blah. Meaning there's a lot of other typical headset stuff in there. The adapter. The headset will retail for $79.99. So $80 is the price for that. The adapter, which is going to be available to convert some old headsets to be able to work with Xbox One, and I'll get into that in more detail in a second here. So with this adapter, it's $25, approximately one third the cost of the other one, and it lets you use possibly whatever you've got right now. And also, I just want to throw this out. These are available for pre-order on Amazon, so please consider using the TXL link to order these if you're going to be ordering these.
Nice plug.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So Amazon shows these as being available on February 25th, although Microsoft Stories says that they will be available worldwide in early March. So maybe you can get it sooner on Amazon. I don't know, or maybe it's just that's when it's releasing here in the U.S. and it'll be available fully in all markets. What would that be? 13 markets um, next month. And now some detail on the headset adapter, and it's got a couple of little caveats. Basically, uh, Microsoft's kind of, or Joystick pointed out that not all models of headsets are going to be compatible with this thing. For example, Triton's Warhead, as well as the Xbox 360 wireless headset and the Bluetooth headset, are not compatible, as is any headset with the type of connector that it has that little thing that plugs into the bottom of the 360 controller. What would you call that thing?
Like the little hockey puck.
Yeah, that little thing. It's got
It's not like
I
the
don't know.
3.5 millimeter.
Yeah, it's got
You're talking about the
like
bigger
two things.
proprietary one, right?
It's the one that goes. Yeah, it goes underneath
It's like a hockey puck,
the. Yeah, sort of half like a
like a
half
half a
puck.
hockey. Yeah, I think they call it the
Yeah.
hockey puck,
Okay.
even though it's
Yeah.
half a
So
puck.
yeah, I mean, if you've got that, then you might be out of luck with this adapter. There's a troubleshooting page for the adapter. It basically says a 2.5 to 3.5 millimeter adapter cable included with Xbox One adapter, headset adapter, will allow you to connect to the device for chat audio, but not game audio. For that, you need additional cables. If your headset uses an optical audio cable, which a lot of them actually do, I think, uh, plug one end of your headset or headset receiver and the plug one end into your headset or headset receiver and the other end into the Xbox One's optical port on the back of the unit. If your headset connects using RCA, you'll need an RCA audio output port or a 3.5 millimeter headset or a headphone jack output on your TV. If you've got the latter, the TV one, you'll also want a 3.5 mini to RCA adapter cable. It's a lot of little caveats. If you've got this, then do that. If you got that, do that. So the upcoming Xbox One stereo headset uses a single 3.5 millimeter jack for both game audio and chat audio. So using it is a simple matter of plug and play. So, and then Microsoft support page also lists the Triton. I don't know if this is Primer or no, this wouldn't be Premier. This would be Triton Primer model as an incompatible model. A Mad Catz representative said the information is incorrect though. The Triton Primer should work via the adapter. I guess a lot of this stuff is going to be flushed out once this adapter comes out.
Yeah.
Because I'd heard that what you can actually get chat and audio from your controller, which is something you couldn't do with the 360, right? Because you only did chat through the controller, and
Correct.
audio you had to get from the actual Xbox itself. So, yeah, the full details of everything are going to be fleshed out in a couple weeks when the products are available, and well, I'm kind of curious to see what the response is going to be from the gaming communities out there. Almost kind of like, I don't know, a train wreck's going to happen. I bet there's going to be a lot of people complaining.
Yeah, well, there always are. So
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's no different than normal.
what's one more?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, over to you, bud.
Well, one thing we're not going to complain about, and that's the next update. You guys should have got an update this weekend, actually.
Yes.
The update that they had planned to show drive storage and all that was released. Um,
Yep.
and if you want to know how to see the drive, I saw the question already. If you go into your games and apps section, you'll see it on the left-hand side. It shows you how much space you have on your drive. So I don't. It's not as detailed as I was expecting, but I guess it's something. One thing I learned is I need external drive support really darn quick. So I'm gonna have to be deleting stuff here pretty soon.
Yeah, I flushed a couple of things like the FIFA demo, and
Yeah,
yeah, just
I did too.
yeah.
So, but we do have another update coming in March, right before Titanfall,
Oh yeah,
and
yep.
some of the things that we're going to see in that list are you're going to be able to get to your friends list faster. So the friends list will be front and center on the homepage of the Friends app. So click the social tile on home, or say, ooh, I got to be careful what I say. Um, just know that you have to put the word Xbox in front of all these commands. So click the social tile at home, or say go to friends to see who's online and what they're up to. From there, you can quickly send messages and get into a party. I do hope they allow us to do voicemail messages because I hate that they took that away, but
Yeah.
it doesn't state that specifically. Party chat will be turned on by default. So when you party up, chat audio will be turned on by default. It's about freaking time. Duh. That was a brainiac move. Whoever
Thanks.
broke that to begin with. I'm gonna get in a party, but I don't want to talk to anybody.
Hmm.
Wow. Um,
It's like, oh, they'll never use that. No, we
yeah.
don't want that.
So chatting with friends playing different games. Party chat will be separated from people playing your game, so you can chat with your friends who are online, or you can chat with everyone everyone playing the game. Wow. So you mean both those last two? They mean well. Essentially, what they're saying is we're going back to the way the 360 was. So they should just say changing it back to the 360, the way it worked and the way everybody loved. Um, they're adding an invite friends to game option to your multiplayer titles moving forward. Why would that not already be there? you know? I mean, it just seems dumb. It should have been there. But similar to the Xbox 360 titles, this will appear inside a game's menu and offer a simple and quicker way to set up your multiplayer battles. They kept talking about all the multiplayer and the matchmaking and stuff. And so, what are we doing? We're going to make it back the way it was when it worked. Um, Oh my goodness. And then we're adding recent players. Hey, just like on the 360, which the Xbox One doesn't have, they're going to give us a simple list that shows Xbox Live members you've recently played with, making it easy to stay in touch with people or add new friends after your multiplayer battles. So all these essentially are we're going to make it like 360, which is good because that worked. So on March or in March. The Xbox One will update. Will start rolling out in early March. They're excited to get those multiplayer and party improvements out in time for March 11th and launch of Titanfall. And I would expect that the controller update will be also in there. It
Yeah.
does say it includes many more great features. The improvements to multiplayer and parties are just a few of the features that will be included, and they'll continue to share more details in the days and weeks ahead, including in depth videos so you're all ready to take advantage of the new features in March. So, but yay!
Yeah.
Maybe it won't stink as bad.
One thing I was just thinking about was I wonder if a lot of this stuff was present, and then when they had to make, I'll call them concessions for
When they did
a
their
lot of
flip
people
flop, their
complaining,
wishy
I,
wash,
I wonder if they really had to strip things out just
when
because
yeah, they stripped it out with
everything's,
their spine.
well, yeah, they gave everybody what they wanted, and then people still complained. No 1080p, no this, no that. But I,
All
I
right.
I really wonder, just going back to all that, how much they actually had to change in order to strip everything out because everything's got to be so intertwined. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh, I'm sure. I would have to think that they had both of these going at the same time. They had to know there was going to be a lot of backlash, and I'll bet you they couldn't have changed the OS completely in that short of time. I don't believe. I think they probably
That's
had them
because,
both going,
well, things are
or
probably. I doubt that. It's possible, but I doubt it.
maybe I'm giving them too much credit.
Yeah, you just can't. You can't use all those resources and everything to do those simultaneously.
Yeah, but I can't see how they switched this completely and turned all that stuff off.
It's
I don't
it's
know.
much it's much easier to rip stuff out and turn things off than it is to build them in.
I don't know.
But just speculation.
Yeah, we'll never know. We're nobody.
Yeah.
So, but all right. So look for
There's
that
one
on
other
March.
there's one other thing I wanted. Oh yeah, yeah. Now I remember. Uh, so when I turned my Xbox on, forget when that was. Saturday maybe. Yeah, when I turned my Xbox on, and then I got greeted with that update menu. Every time I will ever see that menu, I'll think in the back of my head, I sure wish this happened behind the scenes. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
I
saying?
thought I thought we were supposed to have that.
Well, we were supposed to have that
I've even
until
got the
everything
I've even
changed.
got the setting in there to like update.
Oh, the beta setting.
Well, I don't know what it is. It's for updating in the background or
Yeah.
offline or and I think it does do the game updates because I've gotten on and I'll get a new message and it's like Call of Duty's ready to launch. I'm like, what? I'm assuming that's a title update and that it's letting me know that's its way of telling me that there's been an update. Either
Yep.
that or they just randomly send you a message trying to get you to play. I don't know which it is.
Mhm.
So, all right, but let's move on. We're
Okay.
running out of time.
All right. Team 17 is a blast from the past. These guys made some fantastic games over the years, probably over 20 years that they've been around. They've so Team 17 has announced that they're going to be bringing Worms Battlegrounds. I can't believe this game is still being developed. Just don't get me wrong, Worms is fun.
It was
Yeah, but
back in the
there's so many
80s.
versions of it. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It was a game where you had actually it was a ripoff of a game called Tank or something, or
Yep.
Artillery, where you basically have these rendered mountains and then you get these little worms which used to be turrets or tanks depending on the version that you play, and they just shoot each other, and it was a lot of fun back in the day. But Team 17 is going to be bringing this to next gen Xbox One and PS4. uh, and of course, again, Worms Battlegrounds is its name. It's going to be one of the first games in Microsoft's ID at Xbox self publishing program. So that's pretty interesting.
Yep.
The official release of the game is going to be sometime in 2014. They haven't really said approximately when. Maybe in November. Oh no, that's November 2013. That's when the PC version came out. But yeah, Worms Battlegrounds coming out.
Cool.
Look for it sometime.
Sometime.
Yeah, for 49.99.
All right. Well, I got another game
We don't
here.
know that.
Stealthy puzzler Nutjitsu is in the
Oh,
opening batch of ID at Xbox games as well. This is according to Microsoft's corporate VP Phil Spencer. Developed by Kingdom for Kefling studio Ninja B, Nutjitsu is a top-down affair in which you guide an adorable ninja squirrel through mazes guarded by equally cute samurai foxes. Ninja B released it on Windows Phone 8 last year, and if Spencer's tweet is accurate, it's sneaking onto Xbox One shortly. So there you have it. Nutajitsu. I don't know if anybody's played. Rob, do you have a Windows Phone?
no.
Okay. All right, then never mind. Next.
All right. NASCAR 14 is going to be skipping the Xbox One. Okay.
Boo.
I don't know if I'm personally disappointed about it. I don't think so.
No.
But yeah, developer Eutechnics, if I said that right, revealed to gaming industry magazine Sports Illustrated. Sports Illustrated, really? This is where you break your news? You as well break it in the Star or those Us Weekly. Come on. That NASCAR 14 won't be coming to the PS4 or Xbox One. Okay, and I just love this reasoning. This is a total marketing spin in my eyes. We took a good hard look at it, but there just wasn't enough hardware out there yet to justify the cost of development. The nail in the coffin was when a guy from Sony talked about Gran Turismo and how their new game was launching on PS3. He said something like, why would we put Gran Turismo on a console that has 0 units in the market when there are 150 million PS3s out there? Okay, so basically, you guys don't have the manpower to learn the next gen systems. That's the way that I see it.
Yeah.
Well, they go on to elaborate a little bit more. It costs us about 6 million to develop a next gen version of NASCAR, and you have to sell an awful lot of copies in order to meet the development costs. And I mean, honestly, I don't know if people would be interested in it.
No.
There's going to be some people, but I don't see it selling like a Titanfall or anything like that.
Especially if it's not developed for the next gen. If it's just going to port it over or something,
Yeah.
then no.
Yep.
But all right.
Okay. Back to you.
I did forget that I did play Dead Rising 3 this week
Okay.
because there was some new DLC that came out called Fallen Angel. The This is available for $10 US, or it's part of the season pass if you bought the season pass. Um, Essentially, this is an all new character fighting to keep her group of survivors safe from a sinister government plot while battling the zombie apocalypse. The side story features a new mission, an all new collection of over the top weapons, a new vehicle. A new vehicle. I don't recall seeing a new vehicle. A new clothing outfit, gamer score, and experience points, all of which carry back to the main game. The new downloadable episode can be accessed from the game's store on Xbox Live. Even if you have the season pass, here's another issue, like you mentioned about downloading it. It like downloads it, but you have to go like into the game store, highlight it, and then click it to install it.
Yeah.
It's like if I have the season pass, why doesn't it just pull it down and install it for me so that when I launch the game next time, and then just tell me, hey, DLC is available to play. So I click it and I just start playing. I mean, oh, anyways. But anywho, uh, it is available. I played through it. Um, oh, I guess. Oh, there is a new vehicle. That's right. It's like a burger truck. You get into
Burger
this
truck.
food truck. It's a food truck. I remember
Oh,
driving that. I didn't realize that. I thought that was just part of the story. I didn't realize that food truck's now going to be available to me in the regular campaign to drive around if I want. so, so yeah, there's a food truck now you can drive
I don't
around in.
see the appeal of those things, by the way.
You don't?
No.
Meals on Wheels, baby.
Yeah,
The Roach Coach.
I think
So,
they're expensive for what they are.
yeah. All right, moving on.
Anyway, okay, World of Tanks Xbox 360 edition is now available. This has got to be one of, um, this is kind of as an aside here. The PR people for this game have got to be like the most active in the entire industry. You know what I'm saying, Mark?
Yeah.
Seems like every other day we're getting something from them. And I just look at them, I'm like, how much more can you say about this thing, Delete? Anyway, it's going to be available, and then, or it is available, and you can check in your region to see what the availability of it is and everything like that. I guess it's not available fully everywhere or whatnot. This is free to play for Xbox Live Gold members, and I'm really not sure if there's any hidden costs in there somewhere. I'm sure there are, but yeah, check it out if you like that kind of thing.
hmm Lots of people, excuse me, lots of people play that game. So,
Yeah, I know on the
especially on the
PC.
PC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
People
all
are
right.
just like hooked on that thing.
I tried this. I really didn't care that much for it. So,
Hmm.
but it is popular on PC. All right.
Yes.
So the finish line is finally in sight for Kinect Sports Rivals. This game was supposed to be a launch title for the Xbox One, but it got delayed. So that Rare could do a little bit more polishing to it. But the game is going to hit North America on April 8th, and New Zealand and Australia will get it the same day, while Europe gets it on April 11th. This is going to the right now you can get they call it a I think it's called a preseason trial. You can download for free. It lets you play the wakeboarding, um, yeah, the wake racing mini game. So you can do that now for free. The full game is going to add tennis, bowling, soccer, target shooting, and climbing as showcased in the trailer that they just recently released. So, I mean, really the only thing I'd want in here is the bowling. I enjoyed the bowling game and the other Connect title. I
Okay.
thought it was kind of
Yeah.
fun. I may it's got a $60 price tag, so I don't know if I want to pay $60 for it, but just for bowling. But I don't know.
Hmm.
We'll see. I think I'll wait for this one to somehow show up in that digital um, waste bin, of the bargain bin. So, but it is
This
coming
trailer
in
is
April
such a
if anybody
good.
was waiting on it.
It's got some good tunes. I like the music.
Okay.
Good stuff. Yeah. Okay. Sons of Anarchy. If you're not familiar, it's a
Greatest show ever.
yeah, yeah. Although I'm kind of, I don't know. Somewhere in season three, maybe beginning of three. That was tough to watch. I had to go watch other stuff. I hope to get back to it
Is
one day
that
one.
is that the one where they were in Ireland?
No, they hadn't gotten there yet.
Oh, I think season 3 is where they go there. That's like the worst season. But you got to
Yeah.
get through it, and then
Hmm.
dude, it totally just
It comes back.
this last season, dude, was just oh my gosh, man. I mean, every season since then has increasingly gotten better, better, and better. And this last one was so amazing. The way it ended, I mean, just blew my mind. It was truly a cliffhanger. You're just like, oh my goodness. Yeah, you got to get through their season. I think it was 3 was really. pretty poor. Um, get through it, my friend, and
Okay.
then first episode of season 4, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, it's back. Um, and it just gets better and better and better, man. With this last season just being
Yeah,
the best ever, but oh, I love the show.
I'm kind of running out of stuff to watch, so I'll probably hit this up.
Force yourself through it. There's a
Yeah,
lot of story there
yeah.
that does play into some other things later on. But if you can get through that season, it definitely goes right back up the charts like it should. So you will not be
Okay.
disappointed. But anyways, what about the show?
Anyway, so Sons of Anarchy was created by a gentleman by the name of Kurt Sutter, and he announced that there's a game in the works. Initially, it was going to be a browser-based game, and then last year it got switched to a console-based game instead. He announced this in May. Then the actually, I'm sorry, this wasn't last year. This was 2 years ago. And then in August of 2012, whatever the publisher was backed out of the project and kind of stalled everything. So, but he says that the game is back on. Uh, didn't really provide too many details other than the game will be, and here's a quote, it's pretty swell. That was my edited, family friendly way to say that. So it's pretty something awesome. The game will be first person action adventure game with HD graphics. All right, HD graphics. About time games have that. And will represent an evolution of gaming.
Oh my
We'll see.
goodness.
We'll see.
I can't. I love this show, dude. I do not want to see this go to be a game. I cannot imagine this
Yeah,
being
we don't want a survival instinct, right?
exactly.
That was the Walking Dead one, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
We don't
one
need
of
that.
those.
They don't need a game. The TV show is fantastic. By far one of the best things on TV. It is not family friendly. Um, my wife does not like me watching it. I shouldn't be watching it.
But you
Um,
can't
but I
stop.
can't. I really enjoy it.
Wait, does she
It's
prefer you to watch Walking Dead?
no, she does not like that at all. Nope.
So I guess you don't watch it together, huh?
Oh no, no. No, I invited her the other night. I said, "Babe, I'm gonna sit watch some TV if you want to come join me." She's like, "Oh, what are you watching?" I said, "The Walking Dead." She gave me this horrible look. I was like, I take that as a no."
Yeah,
She doesn't even like. I bought that companion book. It's like really thick. I'm not even allowed to
oh,
have that in the bedroom, dude.
the comic book.
It's like the first 50 episodes or
Yeah,
first
it's not
50
gonna put her
comics.
in a mood, is it?
She won't even allow that book to be in the bedroom.
Yeah,
So it's in here in my
you have
office.
to you have to keep it outside
Yeah.
in the garage, in the woodshed behind the house.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, anyways, let's move on.
Okay.
So the next one is the original story here was that a high definition re release of Halo 2 may appear later this year. In an interview with longtime Master Chief voice actor Stephen Downes, is to be believed. Game Zone spoke to Downs, hoping to get some information on the next Halo sequel, but instead received unexpected confirmation of a game that previously existed only in rumors. Quote, I think you may be ahead of yourself in Halo 5, Downstill Game Zone. I wouldn't expect anything until 2015. What you can look forward to this year is an anniversary edition of Halo 2. If Downs' end quote. If Downs' statement is accurate, it seems likely that Halo 2 will receive the same treatment as we saw with Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, which got high definition visuals and stuff. There's been an update to the story, and I guess Downs is now distancing himself from his earlier statement and denying that he has insider knowledge of an imminent re-release of Halo 2. And quote, what I said was, I think you're ahead of yourself on Halo 5. I have read some things online that you can look forward to Halo 2 Anniversary Edition maybe this year, but I have no official information one way or the other, Downs told IGN. Quote, I was just mentioning some of the things I had read about online about Halo 2. I have no idea if there will be an Anniversary Edition and didn't mean to leave that impression. So, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a Halo 2 anniversary. Um, I think everybody's kind of expecting it, being that those were not, those were what playable on the original Xbox. You know, but I don't know if they're going to keep doing them. Where do they end? Do they end up doing a Halo 3 anniversary? So I don't know. But Halo
Yep.
2 is the only one I actually never played because I never had it on the original Xbox. I do have it on PC, but my PC at the time couldn't really play it very well. It was extremely choppy. So I've actually never played through that campaign, but I heard it was not anything worth crying about.
Hmm.
So, but you never know. Maybe Halo
Yeah, yeah.
2 anniversary. We'll let you
Okay.
know when we get official word.
All right. NPD numbers were released recently. They're basically saying, and what's these guys' names again?
I do not.
National Products Daisy. I don't know. It was something weird. I can never remember what this is. Anyway, they released their numbers for 2013, and again, this is for the United States only, not worldwide. There was a total of $15.39 billion spent on games last year. Wow, that's a
National
lot of.
Purchase Diary.
Yeah, National Purchase Diary. Interesting. So 15.39 billion. That's a crazy amount. Crazy, crazy amount. New physical games earned 6.34 billion in 2013. Used sales accounted for 1.83 billion. I can see that um, GameStop is definitely trying to hang on to that.
Yeah.
And then full game downloads, add-on content subscriptions, mobile and social gaming were the biggest chunk at 7.22 billion, which is a 1% increase in 2013 over the year prior. Hardware sales were boosted by the PS4 and Xbox One, of course, when those released in November, both of which helped hardware sales post a 5% increase. And 36%, or the report concludes that 36% of players over the age of 13 played games acquired digitally. Hmm.
Yep.
And then
Bye
I
bye
think that's,
retail.
yeah, that's totally going to increase.
Yep.
So, yeah, that was NPD numbers.
Well, there's one more there. Next page. Still part of the NPD.
Next page. Oh, I
That
was actually
link
looking
is
for
that
this.
link is for you, Rob.
I, I was actually looking for this. I couldn't. I was actually trying to search for it on the site. I didn't know what happened to it. Okay, and then here's some news that is a little more Xbox centric, where we're looking at nearly 740 million hours of fun since launch on the Xbox. Wow, 740 million.
Is
That's
that
insane.
of Xbox altogether? Or is
Well,
that
here,
Xbox
let me.
One?
That's Xbox One across games, apps, and TV.
Wow. Wow, that's a lot of
So that's
time, man.
since November.
If they've only sold 3 million copies, 3 million units, we've got 740 million hours of time on the consoles. That is a lot of time.
Hmm.
That's unbelievable.
And they say the top apps showcase the diversity of entertainment enjoyed on Xbox One, including TV, of course, Upload, Internet Explorer, Game DVR, Netflix, YouTube, Skype, Xbox Video, and Blu-ray player. People are seeing the benefit of Connect with over 685 million speech commands used, and 20 million of those are Xbox Record That alone.
Yeah.
That's interesting that
Isn't
they
that almost
tried.
creepy? They know every command and they're tracking how many times people are saying stuff.
Everything's logged, dude. Everything's logged.
We're from the
And the,
government. We're here to help you.
yeah, and then they say over 1 million people have launched Skype on Xbox One. Interesting.
Um,
I'm not one of those. I
I
don't
think
use Skype on it.
the thing you missed the most important part of this though was that Xbox One leads the U.S. software game sales in January.
Yes.
Um, Xbox continued to prove its best place to play games because in January, Xbox sold the most games across all console platforms in January with 2.27 million units sold, making up 47% of software market share.
Hmm.
Now that's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. And that looks like the attach rate is 2.7 games per console. Basically, that's I don't know if that's the retail way to say it or if it's Microsoft's way to say it. It's basically averaging out how many games people buy per console.
I,
So
I,
the average is 2.7, which is actually it's a lot better than the Wii was because the Wii was one something. I remember
I don't
at the
believe that.
Lazy Wii.
To me, it seems like it's got to be higher. I mean, I myself own what 9 games already on the thing. I mean, most people that bought this have bought several games. I mean, I don't know of anybody that's bought it and only bought 1 or 2 games. I mean, usually when you buy a new console, you're
Yeah.
buying several games. So I just find that hard to believe that it's that low. But
Could it be skewed by people buying less, or actually by buying extra consoles? So let's say if somebody purchases two or three consoles for the house,
I don't
they're
know.
not gonna. I don't think they're gonna buy all the games for every console.
I don't know. Just I would expect it to
Yeah,
be higher, but it's probably still a pretty good number for it only being out that short amount of time.
yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
but anyways, that's it.
Yep.
So still good news. Good news.
Oh yeah.
All right. So for our next one, State of Decay Lifeline. This is so State of Case. This is its second expansion pack. It's called Lifeline. Is in the internal testing process at Undead Labs. They do not yet have a launch date, but it does include a new map, and the team is currently putting it through its paces. On Steam, community director uh, Sonia Weathers stated that. Says, we're not ready to discuss features or make promises. All we can tell you is that it will offer you a new way to play your favorite survival game, that we intend to launch on PC and the 360 at the same time, and that yes, it will broaden your horizons by a few kilometers. Fine, I'll say it straight up. There's a new map, okay? So, um, their first expansion breakdown was launched in November. In January, Undead extended its relationship with Microsoft Studios in a multi-year, multi-title agreement. And then it hired ArenaNet founder and MMO developer Patrick Wyatt, which we've talked about those things already. So, but if you like State of Decay, look for some more a new map, an expansion pack coming soon. Can't be far off if they're in the internal testing process.
Oh yeah.
So,
Zen Studios is a name that we haven't talked about all too recently.
no,
Last time I think we talked about them was when they released the Star Wars maps.
yep,
Is that about right?
tables.
So
They're not
yeah,
maps, man.
not maps, tables. Excuse me. I know this game runs near and dear to your heart. Sorry for offending you. So uh, the thing that they're going to be releasing this week, actually February 18th, is Super League football tables. And when I say football, I mean soccer for those of us here in the United States,
The football,
and not foosball either.
the football.
Football. The tables are going to feature a variety of European football clubs. Support the club that you like, I guess. It's going to be including tables that include Arsenal, Liverpool FC, FC Barcelona, Real Madrid DF, AC Milan, uh, oh boy, Juventus, whatever, football club, and AS Roma. Additional teams can be post release, and each new tables features players from individual clubs along with specific mascots, teams, and trophy cabinets. Again, look for this on February 18th and enjoy.
All right. South Park: The Stick of Truth is complete. It has gone gold. It's finally headed off to manufacturing ahead of its release early next month. Ubisoft announced that The Stick of Truth has gone gold. It's had a long journey to this point. It was originally been set to be published by THQ, which is no longer. Ubisoft acquired the rights to the title when it was auctioned off early last year, and it was slated to be out before the end of 2013. Before that could happen, it was delayed until now, so it looks like it will be coming out in March. Um, it's coming to 360, PlayStation 3, PC on March 4th in North America, March 6th in Australia, where it's been modified due to the inclusion of anal probes, and March 7th
Hmm.
in Europe. So there you have it.
Okay.
So I know a lot of people are looking forward to this game. I've heard really good things about it. So this is supposed to just be a fantastic game. So it's going to launch right before Titanfall.
Yeah.
So it'll have a few days on the market and then it'll disappear.
Yep.
Of course, this is a 360 game, but so it'll have a few more because Titanfall doesn't come out till like March 28th, I think, on the 360. So have a little bit more time.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Peggle 2.
Yeah.
I was waiting for something. There you
Da
go.
da
There you
da
go.
da 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 da
Yeah.
da da
Do,
da.
do your headbanging, your slamming. Peggle 2, it's been out on the Xbox One since December 9th. And it just came out on the 360 with a February 12th release day. Did we announce this last week or did this one slip by? I don't remember announcing
This
it.
was no. This one slipped by.
Yeah,
There's a lot of stuff. It seems like the announcement stuff is not. I don't know. It's been weird ever since we've had multiple consoles. Stuff is
yeah,
stuff's being released and not being notified. Like that DLC. It's like there
yeah,
was no heads up that
yeah. It's
DLC.
like
We had to tell
it's
you
coming
after
out
the
tomorrow.
fact. Oh, I had to
Yeah,
tell you like for the for Dead Rising 3. I didn't know about it last Sunday. All of a
yeah,
sudden, like on Monday, it's like, oh, this is available, or on Tuesday. So I'm like, great, I didn't even know about it till the day it comes out. So,
yep,
oh well, it is what
yeah.
it is.
So yeah, that's right. But yeah, you can play it on the 360 since it's been out since Wednesday, I believe. That was, yeah, 14, 13, 12. Yeah, since Wednesday, February 12th. And it received a Peggy rating of 3.
Yeah,
So
Peggy
we're good.
3.
Peggy 3.
All right.
So yeah, get your Peggle 2 on if you don't have an Xbox One.
And if you do have an Xbox One, you might soon be able to buy an Xbox One Media Remote, as this is surfaced on Amazon Canada. So the story is kind of funny. They said, much like the remote that is buried somewhere in our couches right now, a media remote for Xbox One appeared only momentarily on Amazon Canada recently. The appropriately named Xbox One Media Remote was around long enough on the retailer site to be archived by Google Cache, similar. A Microsoft spokesperson has told Joystick, "We are always thinking about what is next for our platform, but don't have anything to share at this time." It sounds like they can't find the remote either. So, I
Hmm.
think if I would think it's probably pretty legit if Amazon's got pictures of it and they're posting it. They're not gonna waste their time putting up stuff that they're not gonna be selling. So we might see a media remote if we need one.
Yep, yep.
So if you feel the need for a remote, even though I thought Kinect was supposed to get rid of all that, so
Yeah,
I don't know. All right,
maybe there's just some time where you can't talk loud or
I don't know.
you can't talk low.
Or the fact that it doesn't listen.
That, yeah, that's just like everybody else. They
Yeah,
just don't listen.
exactly. I'm
All
beginning to
right.
dislike my Xbox because it doesn't listen to me just like the rest of my family.
Yeah,
So, all right, what's up? What's
it's one
next?
of them. And then GTA 5 is getting a new game update. So this coincides with the GTA Online Valentine Days Massacre. A couple of things that are going to be in this update is the return of the Rat Loader pickup truck with all of its mods, and it'll remain free until the following update. Okay. A couple other fixes that are in there. This one's kind of interesting. I'm not going to read all of them. If you're really interested in the ton of things that are in this update, just look it up online. But if where was this? A player who kills a passive player must now pay their hospital bills.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes. That's the way it should be.
Yeah. So I guess they don't have insurance over there, huh?
Guess not.
They don't have that act. There's no affordable health care act.
There's nothing affordable about it.
Yeah. So now you got to pay, pay, pay,
Just
and
like in real
yeah,
life. Imagine that.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it.
And also, I think there's a an online update which adds 10 new jobs.
Yeah,
So,
jobs.
all right. All right, man. I think that takes us into best part of the show, the community section. Dun dun dun. So, you can check us out on Facebook. Let's look for This Xbox Life. You can email us, contact at thisxboxlife.com. Follow us on Twitter. Again, we do not monitor the Twitter, so we cannot reply to you if you reach out to us that way. Don't do it. Also, we're going to have another contest. Please note that this is for U.S. Listeners only. Sorry, but the gift cards are 10 U.S. dollars. I do not believe they will work outside of the United States, so just keep that in mind. So, again, what this is you just need to contact us, or I should say, go to our website, thisxboxlife.com, click on the contest tab, put in your gamer tag and the name of the game that you are now seeing on the screen. If you're listening to us on audio, you can always watch episode 281 replayed via Twitch or our YouTube channels to still enter the contest. So everybody's eligible to win. We will draw a name next week, and whoever's for the correct answer randomly select someone to win the $10. This is an Xbox gift card, and we will send you the code digitally through Xbox Live, so make sure you type your gamer tag correctly. We are copying and pasting it from your typing. So if it goes to someone else, it's not my fault. You will be out, and some random person will be like, "Hey, someone just gave me $10."
Yeah,
So
cool.
we will. So and again, Doughboy won this week, so he's already got his code. I already sent it to him. All right. So Rob, we got hopefully some new titles this week, right?
Yeah, couple two three. We've got for the 360 NASCAR 14 available on the 360 and not the Xbox One because there's not enough of them out there.
Pooey.
Then yeah, then Skyrim and BioShock Infinite Bundle.
Okay.
I don't know if that one's worth it. Well, BioShock's decent. I don't know about Skyrim.
Dude, don't talk bad about
Not my.
Skyrim, dude. People will
No, I know. It's just not my cup of tea.
hunt you down and hurt you.
I know a lot. I mean, it's got a huge following, but and then Earth Defense Force 2025.
Yes.
That's it for the 360. Xbox One has nothing, at least that we know about today.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it for the retail releases this week.
And where might they buy their retail releases?
Very good question. Very good question. If you're looking to purchase any of your games, head on over to the Xbox Life website and click on our Amazon link that you'll find, or you can go to this Xbox Life/Amazon. It'll take you directly there, and then the show will get just a little bit of credit for your purchase. and you'll help out the show, and we'll be able to give away more fun stuff for our contests. And also, just remember, if you're going to be getting your headset, consider purchasing that also through Amazon.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
all right.
And I believe that is it.
That is it. So, if you listen to us on iTunes, please rate us 5 stars. And follow us on Twitch and YouTube. Favorite us or subscribe to us or whichever they're asking you to do. Um, and again, thanks guys for your support. And with that, I am Mark, aka Wingman 709. I'm taking off.
I'm Rob, also known as Presar on Xbox Live. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll catch you all next week.